Friends, it's a Sunday and 8 p.m. Indian time, and I welcome you to this Virat Hindustan Sangam platform. And we will be beaming to you in the next 1 hour our discussion on the present election results in India, and especially in the 5 states or 4 assemblies and 1 union territory, the assembly results, and it will be a state election results and analysis. We'll be, as you know, we have this Gyan Ganga or words of wisdom every Sunday at 8 p.m. And this tradition we have started earlier on a daily basis from the 2nd of April 2020 during the lockdown. And then after 2 months, we switched to our Sunday weekly edition. And besides this, we have a Saturday edition. The present series going on the Saturday edition at 8 p.m. is Economic Words of Wisdom, Arth Gyan Ganga. And we have done earlier Legal Words of Wisdom, Nyay Gyan Ganga. So today is an interesting day. There are the election results in India. So we will be having a discussion with a team of specialists and people who are based in the state. We will be having our opening remarks by our president, founder president, Dr. Subramanian Swamy. And we will be joined by our team members, Indranil Banerjeee from Bengal. We have Tony Das from Assam. We have T.G. Mohandas from Kerala, and we have V.S. Chandralekha from Chennai. She will give us an update on her respective state, and she will cover Puducherry also. So we'll be discussing Bengal, Assam, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Puducherry and related issues. There have been some other by-elections in some states. Tirupati assembly seat in Andhra, I believe, is being led by Jagan's party. In Belgaum in Karnataka the lead is by BJP. The Kerala Mallapuram seat is being led by Indian Union Muslim League, which is part of the UDF. And I'm told in Tamil Nadu, Kanyakumari, the Congress candidate is leading. So these are the updates as far as the parliamentary by-elections are concerned to the Lok Sabha. I thank our technical team led by Ashish Shetty, Tejas Navalgul, Gadgi Rakesh, Ishwar Iyer, Swaminathan and Vishal Mehta for their support. And I thank my co-host today, Mr. Ramesh Swamy, for helping me and being part of the team here today for hosting this program. So with this opening remarks, let's tell our viewers that we are available on 4 social media channels, that is YouTube, Twitter, Periscope, Instagram and Facebook. And anybody wants to see our past editions or episodes, you can always go to YouTube, search for Virat Hindustan Sangam, and you will get all our past episodes, lectures and everything there at one place, and you can watch it at leisure. So welcome viewers across the globe on our 4 channels, and it is over to Dr. Swamy for his analysis on the assembly election results which are coming in. Almost the full scenario is known. So over to Dr. Swamy.
Thank you very much, Jagdish, and I'm also very happy that our guests from different parts of India who are office bearers of the VHS are present here today to give us a first-hand report on what's happening and what has happened. First of all, the results have to be looked at in the context of something else. For example, in Bengal, we had won I think in the last assembly election, general elections, only 3 seats. And now we have won, I think, 80, maybe 78, something in that region. Now that's a big leap. But if you look at the context of what efforts were made, both the Prime Minister and the Home Minister were full time, spending time there, violating all the play safe rules for Corona and all that. And then Mamata Banerjee was leading her party for the 3rd time, and so with all her baggage of the past, non-performance and all that. So in that context, you see her getting now between 2010, 200 and 210 and 220 seats is an enormous faith that has been placed on her, and that in fact puts a question mark. Again, I would like our Bengal friend Indranil to tell us whether the gain of BJP has been mostly from the CPM and the Congress, because they all seem to have disappeared. And there was that kind of polarization, or how does one explain the fact that the communists who ruled Bengal for 32 years, from I think 1968 or 69 all the way till the 2016 elections. So therefore, I think, or was it 2016 elections. So therefore, there's been a lot of changes that have taken place, but some places there's no change at all. The utter disregard of the voter for the BJP is something which is shocking, because BJP has now matched the DMK in spending money, and we had an alliance with a party which was in power at that time, and still we came with zero. And the question is, from Chandralekha, we would like to know, I mean, after explaining what has happened, why is it that the BJP is just getting 0 and 0? In fact, Chandralekha, when she was the president of the Janata Party, and we didn't have all this money, etc., still I got elected from Madurai, and we also had an earlier a seat for we won with an MLA, where the candidate, of course, later on defected. That is that a person from the Dalit organization. So BJP was, BJP has not even achieved apparently maybe even 20% of what the Janata Party's influence was in Tamil Nadu under Chandralekha's leadership. So I'd like to know why is it that now with us and the BJP combining, the BJP is still pulling us down instead of we pulling them up. So with the Kerala, of course, always oversells before the election, and now we find Kerala also is 0, if I'm not wrong. And why is that so? And that too, such an eminent person like Sridharan, coming at the age of 89. Why did the people not even have some regard for his performance as a metro man, and the fact that this will probably be his last election, first and last election? I think the Kerala population has been a little cruel to him, and what is wrong with the Kerala population when they can't view these humanitarian or these larger considerations in voting? Why is that the BJP there is always being 0, 0, 0? So with this kind of background, I think let me say BJP is always got potential to recover, because I remember when they got only 2 seats in Lok Sabha in 1984, everybody wrote off. That time Janata Party got 12 seats in, Janata Party got, 12 seats in Lok Sabha. So BJP then recovered, but thanks to the Ram Mandir movement, it recovered to 91 in 1989, and then to 118 in 1991, and then again on to 186, and formed a coalition government, and then of course now we are in absolute majority. So the question basically is, the people, some correspondents I've been noticing in TV are now writing of BJP that is now it's on the decline, it's so on. But I can tell you that BJP, because of its cadre, and that's thanks to the RSS, and a very wide, wide spectrum of leadership who have been a little put down in the recent years and not allowed to come into the limelight, it will recover. I'm not of that. I have no doubt in my mind. But I would like to know why in these states BJP is performing so poorly. In fact, wherever there's been a by-election to Lok Sabha, except for Karnataka, which is entirely the effort of Yedurappa, and of course the traditional flavor for Hindutva in Belgaum, we won that. But in Tirupati, which is a religious town, and in Kanyakumari, which has been traditionally voting for BJP, we have lost both. So I think that's also a kind of signal, I think, if the other panelists agree. So Jagdish, please hand over to each of the participants turn by turn. I suppose we should start with Bengal because that's the one that is making the most news. And then we go to where we won and formed a government once again, Assam, and then perhaps Kerala and then Tamil Nadu.
Dr. Swamy, we're having some issue with Indranil, so his videos.
We'll start with Tony Das from Assam because we have a technical problem with Bengal just now. We'll come back to Bengal. So, Tony Das, can you tell us something about what exactly happened? What is the position in Assam? What is likely to happen and the formation of the government? Perhaps who will be the chief minister and all those things? Let us know. Over to Tony Das, who's from Assam, just now located in Guwahati. He'll give us an update.
Thank you, sir. So, BJP this time on its own has contested on 92 seats, and its ally AGP has contested on 26 seats, and its new ally UPPL contested on 8 seats. So, as for the trends now, BJP is leading in 60 seats, and its ally AGP is on 9, and UPPL is on 7. So total is 75, and we have total of 126 seats. So BJP and its ally has already reached the magic figure, and they will form the government for sure. Now the question comes about the chief ministership. So getting all these seats in this time of all this inflation and anti-CA protests and this COVID thing, our minister Hemanta Biswa Sharma, who was in charge of the elections also, he did a very uphill task, and he was campaigning all the northeast, all throughout the state, and giving us good results. So अभी हेमंत बिश्व शर्मा जी के जो कठोर जो काम किया है उन्होंने, इसके ऊपर से ही ये हमें जो है 60 सीट मिला है बीजेपी को, और 9 सीट जो है एजीपी इनके एलाई है, और 7 सीट यूपीपीएल को मिला है. तो इसमें बहुत सारा रीजन था. इन्फ्लेशन भी था, पेट्रोल डीजल के प्राइसेस भी हाई थे, कोरोना का भी कुछ फर्क था, और एंटी-सीए प्रोटेस्ट के लिए जो एक 2-3 पॉलिटिकल जो पार्टीज फॉर्म हुआ था, राइजर दल और एजीपी, तो इसमें राइजर दल को 1 सीट मिला है, और एजेपी जो पार्टी फॉर्म हुआ था, इनका खाता नहीं खुल सका और उनको 0 वोट्स मिले हैं. और इनका जो बीजेपी को जो प्लस पॉइंट्स है इस बार, इसमें जो सबसे ज्यादा जो हेल्प किया है बीजेपी को, वो है आपका जो डायरेक्ट डेबिट ट्रांसफर्स था, जो विभिन्न धरण के जो गवर्नमेंट स्कीम्स थे, उसका पैसा जो है डायरेक्ट सिटीजन्स के अकाउंट्स में जाने लगा, जो काफी मदद हुआ. और जो कोरोना के लिए जो गवर्नमेंट ने स्टेप उठाया, जिस तरह से डॉक्टर हेमंत बिश्व शर्मा और सर्बानंद सोनोवाल जी ऐसे मुख्यमंत्री के हिसाब से जैसा गवर्नमेंट को सपोर्ट दिया, लॉकडाउन हुआ, लेकिन फिर भी जो सपोर्ट सरकार के तरफ से मिलना था वो बहुत ज्यादा मिला है हम लोग को, और इसलिए जो है हम लोग का थोड़ा ये बहुत आसान जीत था बीजेपी के लिए, एटलीस्ट इन असम.
Okay. Okay, we can ask questions later on. Go ahead, Jagdish.
Yeah. So I think Jagdish also, we're just looking for him. I think we're not still back with Indranil, Dr. Swamy. So we'll move on to the next one, which is Kerala. So we can hear from Mohandas. Mohandas, can you start? Mohandas, can you start?
He's muted, yes. I think.
Can I speak?
Yeah.
I hope you are listening me.
Yes. Go ahead.
Yes. Now, As almost expected, Kerala BJP has drawn a blank this time. People feel that BJP has gone down. BJP had 1 seat, now it is 0. In fact, that 1 seat was an exception. Dr. Swamy knows that gentleman, O. Rajagopal. He is Dr. Swamy's old friend, a very old civilized man. He could garner votes outside BJP also, and he became an MLA at the ripe age of around 87 or so. That was an exception. Otherwise, even that election, Kerala BJP would have been a 0. This time also Kerala BJP is a 0. Let us understand their difficulty, because there are 2 strong formations, LDF and UDF in Kerala. So for any sole or alone party will take time to establish or cross the threshold level. BJP always stopped short of collecting the threshold votes. Once you cross the threshold, then there is no looking back. So if you are getting 18% votes, you may draw 0. You go to 18.5, you will get 5 or 6 seats. This is phenomena in politics. This is where BJP is stuck. But for overcoming this is a usual phenomena everywhere. It was there in Madhya Pradesh, it was there in Rajasthan, it was there in Delhi, everywhere it was there. But there BJP could overcome. But Kerala, it is struggling. Probably similar situation is in Tamil Nadu also. Between DMK and ADMK, BJP is unable to move forward, for which you need to work out strategies, which is rather absent in BJP. They change people. You change your president, then you change your secretary, you put a new president, you bring the old president back. All these things are not going to work unless you change your strategy. Understand Kerala. Now in these elections, I will make a short assessment. You see, Pinarayi Vijayan is the chief minister. There was nobody on the opposition side of his caliber. आंखों से आंख मिलाने के लिए, लड़ाने के लिए आदमी चाहिए ना, नहीं था. What happened in 2019 elections when Modi was the prime ministerial candidate? Nobody of his stature was there to oppose. And the only man available was Rahul Gandhi. He was a colossal failure. And Modi got more votes than what he got in 2014. More seats. In Kerala, the reverse worked for BJP. BJP didn't have a man of stature who can stand up to Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan and challenge him. So people feel that's it. Why they are not serious about fighting elections. This happened with Congress also. Congress didn't project their chief ministerial candidate, but they gave an impression that so and so will be our chief ministerial candidate, and that man was not up to the mark. Now you have a lot of corruption cases in your hand, and it is very difficult to fight corruption cases nowadays. You know, Dr. Swamy can very well explain that. A criminal case will be very easily understood by people, but not a corruption case. Economic offense is very difficult to explain to the people and convince them. Now, even inside our VHS, how many people understand what is Aircel Maxis case, even National Herald case? These are all economic offenses, and very smart people are operating from overseas. They take money, they take it to Macau, they take it here, there, you know, all sorts of jugglery is there, which only very shrewd people like Dr. Swamy will understand. And I am sure that not even one person from Kerala BJP would have consulted Dr. Swamy. What could be the likely corruption in this? How to catch these people? Not even a single case was filed by BJP in the lower courts. Congress went to High Court. High Court, you know, it's a constitutional authority. They only give you broad orders, etc. They make some adverse comments and the petition will be disposed. corruption case is to be started from magistrate court. That is how Dr. Swamy started the National Herald case from a small magistrate case. And the 2G case was started by Dr. Swamy in a lower court. So if you feel it's below your dignity to a lower court, then you cannot fight corruption. I will only appear in high court. By Fir Gaya. The FIR is to be filed by lower court. अब कौन जाएगा lower court में? कौन लेगा ये सब जिम्मेदारी? It is very difficult to understand economic offences, work on that relentlessly. Now, my friends in BJP, they appear in public only during elections. By vote they do, vote they do. They are absent in the society for 4.5 years. And for the last 6 months, they are there in the society. People will not care you. I know this is being aired. I know I am speaking publicly. But at some point or the other, I have to make this statement that my friends have miserably failed to take people into confidence. And because of that, BJP is suffering. And there are big bosses in BJP. I hope at least they will concentrate now. And it is a fact that Bengal was priority this time for our Prime Minister and Home Minister. Kerala both visited 3 or 4 times, but Kerala was not in their priority. So if their priority falls on Kerala, from that day, I hope Kerala will start improving. And all other stories that communists changing votes to Congress for defeating BJP, minority doing tactical voting, all these things are history. You ask Dr. Swamy, from 1960s, this phenomena is there. Minority voting for a particular party so that only a Muslim can win or a Christian can win. All these are part of democracy. We need not unnecessarily rule about that. We have to overcome that. We have to work on some strategy how to overcome these factors. These are all factors inbuilt in a democracy. So we have to face that. Thing is, we in BJP in Kerala, we never had a clear-cut strategy. We never had a focused campaign. We never took up anti-corruption issues. We made certain statements. Even the release or making the manifesto and releasing it was a non-event. Even Sridharan joining the party was a non-event because it was a small meeting in a village and he was asked to join party. No, a man of international stature should have been given much more importance. He was given importance subsequently when Amit Shah came. Amit Shah personally saw to it that Amit Shah is giving him a shawl, etc. But by the time the sheen was taken, the first event has to be a bomb blast. It should explode in politics. That was not done. These are all the shortcomings of my friends in BJP, which I think I must make it known to everybody through this media. That is why probably I made this, I didn't mince my words today, because it is high time BJP bosses concentrated on these issues. Thank you.
Jagdish.
Thank you, Mohandas, for that update from Kerala. Now I would request Madam Chandralekha, who is today based in Chennai, to tell us something about the Tamil Nadu and the Puducherry Assembly election scenario with her updates. Please, Madam Chandralekha.
Thank you. As far as I'll first talk about Puducherry. And Puducherry, there are 30 seats. And BJP alliance with the NR Congress, they have won 15 seats. Either one or they are leading. Congress is 6, others are 5. So NDA is winning in Puducherry.
But how much did BJP get separately?
I think they are getting 4 or something. Around 4 or 5. But their state president, Swaminathan, has lost.
Okay.
I think he has lost because some time ago I saw that he is trailing. So That is as far as Pondicherry is concerned. I think Pondicherry, they are making it because of the previous, that NR chief is a good guy. So I think they are winning there. As far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, that BJP is 3 seats they have won. That is one in M.R. Gandhi from Kanyakumari, he has won. Nainar Nagendran from Tirunelveli. And they say in Modakuruchi, one lady has won. Vanadi, it is going flip-flop. So we really do not know. But H. Raja is losing very badly. But the state president Murugan and the vice president Annadurai both have losing. So this is as far as the BJP is concerned. But
Madam,
as
please
far
tell
as
us. Please tell us about Anna DMK, DMK, and all that.
Yeah, I'm coming to that. As far as you see, Tamil Nadu never gives a fractured mandate. They always give a very decisive mandate. It will either be DMK or it will be ADMK. So this time they have given it to DMK. But surprisingly, as far as the ADMK is concerned, though they are not making it to the government, that defeat is a very dignified defeat, I would say, because they have got with the allies, they are winning about 78 seats, and alone they are getting about 68 seats, plus or minus. But both the chief minister and the deputy chief minister are winning. Most of the ministers are winning. And the thing is, as far as the ADMK is concerned, even when Jayalalitha lost twice, that is, I think she lost elections twice. At that time, she got only 4 seats in 2000. She got in 96, she got only 4 seats. And in 2006, when she lost, she got only 37 seats. So these people have done a far better job. Pannirselvam and Edappadi has won with a very high margin of votes. And considering that Jayalalitha was like a banyan tree, didn't allow anybody to grow, that this leadership has really come up very well is something to be very proud of as far as the ADMK is concerned. And everybody thought that TTV Dinakaran will be a big force, and he will be a factor in about 70 seats, and he will be able to, he can spoil the chances of ADMK. But that has not happened. He has got a maximum, many places got 300 votes or 1000 votes or something, except in 1 or 2 places where in Karaikudi, where H. Raja is there, the AMMK candidate has got more votes, and 1 or 2 places. But that is not because of the party, but that is because of the individual influence of the candidate. And he himself has lost. He was contesting from Koilpatti, and TTV Dinakaran himself has lost. So, as far as ADMK is concerned, now it is proven that TTV is not a factor, and he is not dented their vote base. So that is a plus point for ADMK.
Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a question as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned.
Yeah.
Given that ADMK didn't have a star candidate, and typically in Tamil Nadu elections, they need like a charismatic leader, star, whatnot. What you said is very interesting. Jayalalitha, in spite of being what she was, she just won 4 and 36, but these people have done better, like in 68 for whatnot. Do you think I know it's speculation, but I know you don't like speculation. Rajinikanth would have made a difference if he had somehow, would Rajinikanth would have made a difference?
I don't think so. I don't think Rajinikanth would have made any difference. Because first of all, he was not making up his mind. And you see, the electorate is divided between ADMK and DMK. And they have a confirmed vote base of about 30 each, plus or minus 3 or 4% this way or that way. So that party cadre votes will always go to them. That is the reason, even though there had not been no star campaigners either for BJP or for DMK, They have been able to do well. Though Kamala Hassan, the film stars were all there, Vijay Kant, Kamala Hassan, but Kamala Hassan has not been able to make much of a difference. Nam Tamil Kachi, which stood alone, didn't have any alliance. They have got some. They, in fact, are coming third in most of the cases. They are getting about 8,000, 10,000 votes like that. But that's a fringe group because many of these people who are anti-India and Tamil Elam, these are the kind of people who are their support base. But they are getting some votes. Much better than Makkal Nidhi Mayam of Kamala Hassan and Ama Makka of T.T. Vidyanagara.
Okay, Indranil is back.
Yeah, Indranil from Bengal is joined us. There were some technical difficulties. So I would request Indranil if he can give us an update of what is happening in Bengal. What is his assessment? Indranil, you will have to unmute your mic. Indranil, you will have to unmute your mic and give us your assessment of Bengal.
Okay, sir. Okay, sorry, sir. My network was difficult.
Please go
So
ahead.
now, okay, sir. Now the thing is that now TMC is leading with uh, 215, sir, and BJP is only 75. So it is quite unexpected, and we need to thank Mamata Banerjee that for her third term. That that she is coming back for the third term this time, and it's a big loss for BJP for this time. Like this was the last chance what BJP has got. Like lastly in Lok Sabha election, BJP got 18 seats. Still, they were thinking like this in this term they will change the government of West Bengal and they will come into the power. But the big loss of BJP, and the thing is that we need to congratulate Ms. Mamata Banerjee and what Dr. Swamy sir always tell her, like she's like a Durga of every time, and we also see her like a Durga of West Bengal, and she finally done a lot of work for West Bengal, and that and only one woman. We have seen many women in India. We have seen from Indira Gandhi, from like many women coming, but this is the one woman who is coming for the third time, and against this woman, all over India fought against to change the government. This is a fact, and everybody in West Bengal is saying this like uh, from Prime Minister to Home Minister, from Chief Minister of 5 to 6 states, 256 companies of force, central force. Everybody fought against this woman. Only one woman who fought like this, and only for this woman who told like vote for me only. 294 seats. 294 seats. Think about like 294 seats. Mamata Banerjee is only candidate for 294 seats. So this is the thing. This is the gut what Mamata Banerjee has got, and we are really this time we are very much proud of this woman because she broke her leg also. We have seen, and with that she went for a rally from North Bengal to South Bengal, and every day she has done a rally for two to three rallies every day. So that kind of gut she has. So this is the current result, but she has lost in Nandigram against in her seat. Uh, but we are hoping like she will come again for in a repolling kind of thing, and repolling will be done. Only two seats left. Two of them died in COVID case. Two of the candidates of TMC. So we are hoping that she will again fight for this, then and she will come back. So this is the current situation, and there is a big thing like BJP has done a blunder in West Bengal. To be very, if, if I speak frankly, like BJP has no cadre. It's a zero cadre based party in West Bengal. It's a zero cadre based party in West Bengal. Although BJP is a cadre based party, and all they have done, like they only have done like please come to our party from TMC, from left front, and they had made their own kind of thing. So the thing is that so for a long run, a party needs to make its own organization, which BJP doesn't have in West Bengal. It needs to have its own organization. BJP has less Bengalis and mostly non-Bengalis, which has affected their vote bank. And this is a fact. Leaders are coming from central. They are speaking in Hindi. This is not accepted for the Bengalis, and it's true. I have taken a survey in North Calcutta also, in South Calcutta also, and they are only saying that where is our local people? Where is our local people? These are only non-Bengalis. They are coming. They are speaking in Bengali, which we doesn't understand. Bengali is very difficult to understand. So where is our local party? Where is our local people? Bengalis are very different. Bengalis are very different, and in Bengal, votes are very different. Bengalis in Bengal, Bengali Brahmins eat fish, eat meat. So in Bengal, politics is something different. In it's kind of thing like the slogan of BJP was Jai Sri Ram. It's good, very good. Ram, the Communist Party told us that Ram never exists. They have done it for 34 years, and they have proved the Bengalis that there is no Ram, nothing is Ram, nothing is there. God doesn't exist, and it's nowhere. But the thing is that Bengalis also love Ram Krishna. Bengalis also love Tarama. But these things, these North Indian people will never hear. They never utter these things in West Bengal. So this is a big problem. Like Bengalis need a Bengali. In Bengali, TMC had a slogan, Banglar Meder Chai. Banglar Meder Chai. Means Bengali needs her own daughter. I know, like some BJP people will tell me that this is a poor analyst and all. This is not a good analysis. But the fact is that this is the fact mainly. So
okay, thank you, Indranil. Now I think we can have some questions and discussion on the issue. I've just asked Indranil what happened. Why you think Mamta lost in Nandigram?
see, Shubhendu Adhikari was there, and he was the vote maker of Mamta's party, and there was many corruption case. Why Shubhendu Adhikari changed his party that time, and the TMC tells Shubhendu Adhikari that he's a Beiman. He's a Beiman. His family is a Adhikari family. Adhikari family belongs from Shishir Adhikari, and they were the Congress from 80s or 70s, from 60s I think. They were in Congress. But the thing is that Mamata Banerjee has given him every kind of thing, every ministry and every facility. Still, in some case, in some corruption case, like in Sarada case, he was caught with with money and all. He changed the party. So this is the case, and his machinery was very strong there. His machinery was very strong there because he used to do the vote for Mamata Banerjee in Nandi. That was the only reason.
Okay, thank
Let me say something here. As far as Mamata Banerjee not being an MLA, she doesn't have to be an MLA for 6 months under the constitution. So she can be sworn in as a chief minister, and then within 6 months she has to get elected.
164 bracket 4, right, Dr. Swamy?
Yes, that's right, 160. So therefore, that's not a bar. Then the moral question, there have been other examples. Morarji Desai lost the assembly for Gujarat in 1954, and there was a lot of furor. Even Jawaharlal Nehru raised the issue, but the MLAs all said that time the Maharashtra was a big state. It included Gujarat also. Gujarat, it was called the state of Bombay, yeah, Mumbai state. And but all the MLAs said no, we want him. And then he came via the legislature council, which I think Bengal you don't have. And I think they are going to introduce it, I believe. Now they're going to have some the council so to accommodate people like Amit Mitra and others. So that's not a big problem. The question is why the BJP, it is being portrayed as having lost badly, when in fact if you look at it in a different manner, BJP was nowhere in 2018. In 2016 it just got 3 seats, and then it has now risen to 75. Is BJP had no alliance with anybody, right? So did BJP have an alliance in Bengal?
No, sir.
Indranil?
Nobody.
No.
Nobody.
So it's a pure BJP 75. It went from 3 to 75. It's not a small achievement. Maybe we would have gone more if we had better planning. We didn't have both Modi and Amit Shah coming, and then as if this is a party which is going to be run by non-Bengalis. That kind of sentiment I can understand. It in Tamil Nadu also it has same effect in every state, because this is a state assembly election and they would have liked to see Bengali faces. So that part I agree. But BJP has now become the recognized opposition in Bengal, so they can rebuild in the next coming 5 years. Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir. I
Indranil?
agree with that. Yes, sir. Hello. Am I audible now? Audible.
Yes, you're all right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they can rebuild, sir, but I think there is very less chance, because in 2011 BJP was 38.93%, sir, and then 2016 they were
Fell.
in 44.91%, and now it's more. Now it's more.
Yes.
It's growing, but this was the last chance when BJP spent so much money, and so much effort and all, but this also failed. So it's kind of thing like.
Okay. So big blow, you are saying, big blow. Okay. Yeah. Now about Assam, who's going to be the chief minister?
Sir, after getting the full majority, now the game starts. The khela starts. The khela hobe of chief minister. So basically, the thing is, when Dr. Hemanta Biswa Sharma has been handling the elections, handling the pressure of all this inflation and corona, he's been handling the as a health minister, he's handling the corona figures also. So he should be given a chance to be the chief minister of Assam. And my sources tell me that Hemanta Biswa Sharma is just flying to Delhi tonight. So maybe within 2-3 days we will get a big decision on that. And sources say that he has already committed to our top bosses in Delhi that if he is not given a chief ministership, he will not be in the state cabinet as a normal minister.
Yeah, I agree. I know about that. Okay.
So-
Both are from both are ex-Congress. I mean, they came originally from Congress. The present Sonawal and
Sonowalji was from has a background of ASU, All Assam Student Union, and he was from AGP, Assam Gan Parishad. But Hemanta Biswa Sarma ji is from Congress.
Congress. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Very good. Now, if I may be permitted to ask two more questions, one to Tamil Nadu and one to Kerala, Jagdish, then then you can take over.
Yeah.
See, in Kerala, are people communists or they just think the communists are good people?
Mohandas.
Mohandas, can you hear me?
Nothing like that.
Then why do they vote communists? Why do they vote for communists?
See, they are a major force historically in Kerala.
Okay.
The first time when Kerala was formed in 1956 and in the first election in 1957, they came to power in Kerala. Kerala was the first elected government in the world ruled by communists, because communists never believed in democracy. So there was no elections in Russia, Czechoslovakia, Hungary, nowhere. It was only in Kerala. So in the history, communist government first came through democratic route in Kerala. So they have made quite deep inroads in Kerala society, and it is difficult to dislodge them unless a concerted strategic effort is made. That is where my friends in BJP are lacking.
Yeah, they are lacking in the sense that they are planted as leaders from the top, and they only cater to keeping the people in the top happy, but don't care for the cadre. Is that kind of thing you're saying, or something else?
I don't think so. That is their organizational matters. Whether they care for their cadre or not is an internal matter of BJP. I am speaking about the society at large. That BJP doesn't reach the society as and when needed. So you have to lend a helping hand to the citizen whenever is needed. This job is basically done by Seva Bharati or RSS directly, etc. And they don't contest elections. Elections are contested by BJP. So when people see a new face,
the RSS doesn't transfer the vote, is not able to transfer their votes to BJP, you're saying?
They may be trying, but it is impossible, because the culture of RSS, even if you instruct, you go and vote some Tom, Dick and Harry, a Swayamsevak will not vote. And vote is always done in confidence. Who can monitor that? So this type of, these are all internal organizational problems for them. But society at large is, they don't know which candidate is being put on their head at the time of elections. This time also, candidate list was finalized just 10 days ahead of the elections. Or uske liye fir bhaga daudi, and two candidates' nomination papers were rejected by the election commission. And BJP didn't have candidates in two places. And one place, BJP's ally, AIDMK, his nomination paper was rejected, and he also could not contest. So, three places, such a big embarrassment was faced by BJP. This is because BJP becomes alive during elections or just before elections. Otherwise, BJP is dormant. Like normal human beings, they enjoy their life. Once in a while, they make some speeches, they attend some TV debates and go. This type of politics is not going to work. Otherwise, you have to have somebody from Nehru family in your party so that he can sleep and garner votes. Even that is being not done today.
Even that,
So,
even that is not
this type
happening.
of the time of this type of politics is over. Now you have to do hard work and you have to convince people. And sir, look at the performance of E. Sridharan. In spite of all votes, he lost by around 3,000 votes or so. That too at the last minute because the very strong hold of LDF, UDF and minority was being counted. Then he has to accept the defeat. Otherwise, throughout from 8 o'clock in the morning, Sridharan was up by 5,000, 6,000 votes throughout.
Yes.
That is because of his stature and the way he did his campaign. That is the problem with Kerala BJP.
Okay. Okay. On Tamil Nadu, just you will be able to tell us more explicitly. Now, what will be the position of Sasikala if she decides to come to politics, or are you of the opinion she may not come to politics at all?
Ma'am, you're muted. Please unmute yourself. Sorry, ma'am, you're muted. You're muted, ma'am. You're muted. Please.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thing is, maybe if I think this can't be really called a defeat of the ADMK in that sense, because they have not done in a disastrous way. So, and secondly, AMMK, TTV Dinakaran being her nephew, and he has done so very badly. So, for her to come back to the party now will be very difficult.
Tough.
So
what will she do?
So she may, continue now. She has said that she's not coming into the party. She has said she has kind of taken a backseat. So she will continue to be like that. Maybe she would have taken a different view if, let us say, BJP, ADMK had lost like the way they lost during the parliament elections. But it's not that. They have done much better than Jayalalitha when she got defeated. Much, much better. And this leadership, somehow they have managed to retain, and then most of the ministers have also won. So I think all those people...
But do you think that in the coming Lok Sabha elections in two years' time, she would be tempted to play a role?
I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how the BJP leadership now is going to develop.
No. BJP leadership, I don't know whether she would like to...
I'm talking about ADMK. But then at the ground level, the BJP has not been able to give the impression to the people of Tamil Nadu that the BJP cares for Tamil Nadu. Some of the media in Tamil Nadu is totally manipulated by the DMK. And invariably, every one of them always say this is an alien party and they don't care for Tamil Nadu, and ADMK is their B team party. In fact, during the elections, even the BJP candidates did not project Modi. They projected only Palnisam.
I was told that they didn't put up any posters of Modi.
The Sellu Raju, minister, he sent a letter to the ADMK office. Please don't bring Modi for campaign. It will not help us. So BJP has. What happens is, somebody said BJP problem with BJP is the leadership. I think the way the party is structured. I don't know how in other states it works. Here, what happens, like, a civil servant holding a position, a tenure for 2 years, 3 years. You give a state president or a district president a tenure of 2 years, he really can't build up a party. If you take DMK and ADMK, the district secretaries had been there for ages. So over a period of time, 20 years, 30 years, they've built up. They know everybody. But here, by the time you get to know, you are changed and somebody else comes. This is not a way to run a party. There are so many ex-presidents running around, and nobody listens to anybody else. And suddenly, like which other party you can see, suddenly Kushbu But yesterday she's in Congress. Today she comes into BJP and she's given a seat. How do you expect the worker to work? And in Madurai, the doctor who was in DMK, and that guy joins the party, you know when? He joins the party after he's given a seat in BJP. And then the Murugan gives him a party card after getting the seat. So when he's getting the seat, he's still a DMK man.
Yeah, by the way, Khushbu was in Congress.
Party this way?
Khushbu was in Congress, and before that DMK or after that DMK?
And only 5-6 days before coming to BJP, she was telling Mr. Modi, you are only feeding peacock, but you are not doing anything for the people. Because a picture was there of Modi in his garden feeding a peacock.
Yeah, right.
And she becomes, and she is given a ticket.
Yeah.
So that means you are not very serious about it.
Yeah, right.
And even the RSS, for that matter. For example, RSS, I don't know, in the previous election, what happened, we had put up a candidate from Janata, at that time we were in alliance, we were Janata Party, we were in alliance with BJP. We had put up a candidate in Triplicane, who is no more now, Mr. Venkatraman. And RSS worked against him, and then they said vote for DMK because they didn't want a Muslim candidate to win.
I know that division of vote. Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, this will not work. For 100 years, even if Modi and Shah shift the headquarters to Tamil Nadu, and every day they go around, they just cannot win it here. Because of this kind of a very strange party structure and this kind of an attitude. First of all, in Tamil Nadu, you can't call people as Karyaharha, Sahakaryawaha and all that and go about. People don't even understand what is the rank.
No, but they can use it for their internal organizational purposes. We don't have Sakarya. We don't have Sakaryawa in BJP at all. There's no such thing in post at all.
No, but some other name they have.
No.
Some other funny names they have.
Mahamantri is also Tamil, so I won't argue on that.
But that is
anyway,
people don't understand that. People don't understand.
No. Mahamantri is in Tamil also. Mantri is an old Tamil word. I've used it when I was a little boy. I remember when I used to be introduced to Congress ministers in my house. My father used to say Mantri. So anyway.
Yeah, but today you say people only understand
we can't be driven by Dravidian ideology. We have our own ideology. We have to fight for it. Yes, Jagdish and Ramesh, I'm through with, asking questions.
I want to ask Chandralekha, how has the southern districts, the Tewar votes gone in whose favor?
Tewar votes has gone to everybody. It has gone to ADMK. It has gone to DMK. In Delta area, all the color votes have all gone to DMK. Okay. They had a meeting about 4-5 days before the election, and they decided to vote for DMK.
So one myth, this is a separate question. One myth is exploded that you required a Jayalalitha or a Karunanidhi to get elected in Tamil Nadu, which has been exploded as far as the Anna DMK performance is concerned.
Yeah.
Am I right?
True. Very true, because it's a cadre that votes. Yes, they go by the party.
No, when Jayalalitha was alive and she was CM and incumbency was there, she lost badly. I remember in 1996 as well as
96 she got 4.
And perhaps in 2006 they lost very badly. But just now, in spite of anti-incumbency and she not being there, the Anna DMK has performed better.
That's what I said. Anna DMK has performed much better. In 2006, when Jayalalitha lost, she got only 37 seats. And not only that, in 4 seats, she lost the deposit also.
Right.
Yes,
Okay,
Dr.
Ramesh, you
Swamy,
have
I have a
any
question
question
for
on
West
Tamil
Bengal.
Nadu?
I'm sorry.
West
Go ahead.
Bengal, yeah.
No, you had any questions for Tamil Nadu, Ramesh?
No, I already asked those questions because my only
Okay.
question was: is there any?
But he has question for Bengal, so he
West
can ask for
yeah,
Bengal.
West Bengal, yeah. See, my question is, whatever BJP's gain this time seems to have come from defeating the communists, because Mamta has maintained her numbers.
Yeah.
Literally, she's kept her numbers. So basically, she just got re-elected with or a little bit more. But it seems to be that the CPI, the commies have been completely eliminated. They won only one seat. That entire thing has shifted to BJP in a way. So basically, now it's becoming a twofold contest in West Bengal between. You're muted, Indranil. I think that okay. Let me unmute you. You're muted yourself. You have to unmute yourself. Sorry about that.
Mute.
Unmute yourself, Indranil, please. Can you hear us or no? He's muted. I'm not able to unmute him.
Now you can
Yeah,
hear.
now he's good. Now you're good. Don't do anything. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Indranil? Okay, he's not able to hear us, Dr. So we will move on. Yeah, basically, based on, I don't know if he's able to hear us. The way it looks like that Mamta's TMC has maintained their seats essentially, and the commies have been defeated. I think that is a very good sign that at least BJP has now eliminated the commies. The first strike blow was given by Mamta. Now the second blow is being given by BJP. That we have eliminated the commies from the whole equation. Hopefully, it gets repeated in Kerala soon. Mohandas will laugh at it, but hopefully it gets repeated in Kerala soon.
Very good point. Very good point. It's a very good point.
Go ahead, Indranil.
No, sir.
Indranil, you want to say something?
It's for me.
Yes, sir.
I didn't understand the question.
No, hang on, Mohandas. First, Indranil. I'll come to you.
Indranil.
Yeah.
We'll come to Kerala very soon.
So, sir, commies are no more commies in West Bengal. Yeah. Hello, Ramesh sir. Commies are no more commies in West Bengal for last 5 to 6 years. They all joined.
They're Badra log. They're all Badra log.
Yes, commies are totally BJP now in West Bengal. In Lok Sabha, voted for BJP. So BJP have got 18 seats in West Bengal. So commies are no more commies in West Bengal. They are in big trouble, and they have an alliance with this party, which they say ISF, in Indian Secular Front of Abbas Siddiqui, and it's Abbas Siddiqui's party, which has a name like Indian Secular Front. And every day Abbas Siddiqui used to say against Hindus and all in West Bengal. So they have lost then and there when they joined Congress and ISF in West Bengal. So commies are totally gone in West Bengal.
Okay, so in a way it's good, right? So we eliminated them. How does it matter how the elimination has happened? Or at least they had a change of mind. If they came to BJP, then we have done Shuddhikaran for them. No problem.
Well, if they have come for the purpose to defeat Mamta, then they may leave you tomorrow and you will be like a balloon without air.
But at least for the next 5 years, we still have the same seats, Dr. Swamy. So at least, I'm just looking at it from that. First of all, commies as a party doesn't exist. Whether they don't have candidates, that's the key.
Yeah.
Because that needs to die in however form, shape, or the other. It's fine, but the commie system has to go. That's
okay. One question for Assam: Is your vote for Hindutva, or that is you will protect the Hindus, or is the vote different? Due to the leadership of the chief minister and all that.
This question is for Assam.
Assam,
you have to mute.
Unmute.
You have to unmute.
Yes, sir. Although the party High Command is keeping quiet on introduction of implementation of CAA in the state in Assam, but they're saying that they will be implementing it in West Bengal and they lost. But in Assam they were quiet. They never said they are going to implement or what to do with not in the official thing. But this win is a win of Hindutva, pure win of Hindutva, because repeatedly it was said that if you don't vote for BJP, if you don't vote for BJP in Assam, then Badruddin Ajmal will be the chief minister of Assam in coming days. So it's a clear cut win and clear cut verdict for Hindutva and plus development also and the hard work of Hemanta Biswa Sarma.
Okay.
Mohandas,
Before we go to response from Kerala, I just want to add that Dr. Swamy was one of the only leaders who, referring to Bengal, always said that communist will be one fine day in the Bay of Bengal and not in Bengal.
Yeah.
I very well remember in his various speeches he said they will not be in. This is 20 years ago. They will be in the Bay
Yeah.
of Bengal. They ruled for 32, 33 years, and today to see that they cannot even have one or two members in the assembly is shocking. So it's a good that BJP has replaced them and is a principal opposition. But one thing, Dr. Swamy, which he has appreciated is, some people may did not like it, that the credit also goes to Mamata Banerjee, who threw out the communist out of Bengal.
Yes.
Today, or whatever will happen in the future, because Bengalis were basically nationalist people. Somewhere down the line, the Bengali image got distorted and they have been linked up with being communist, which was wrong. Bengalis always have been nationalists in the freedom movement or in the earlier ages also. So it's one way revival of nationalism in Bengal. It may have come via originally by Mamata Banerjee, but BJP is taking over and it's a good sign for the future. This is my comment as far as nationalism in Bengal is concerned. I have another question. Sorry. Yeah, go ahead, madam.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Indranil, I just want to ask you, many of the border states of Bengal have a Muslim majority area. And so don't border districts. So don't the Hindus of Bengal feel threatened that they may become a minority in their own state? The fear is not there.
Yes, ma'am. 32. Yeah, right, ma'am. Right. 32% are Muslim in this state right now, and Mamata ji has done a magic. Like he has turned around 32% with at least 20% of Hindus, and she has done the magic. But the Hindus are in big fear on that border areas. But still now we haven't faced that kind of riots and all. Yes, there are three to four riots have happened in Bengal, like the Kalia Chowk, Dhulagor and all. But that kind of riot still not happening. So that also BJP tried to polarize, but BJP cannot do that. BJP was unable to do that, cannot polarize those people, and that is the big loss. And now what has happened? Like Hindus also didn't vote for BJP. We have to find out this reason why Hindus didn't vote for BJP. If there is 32% only Muslims, others are Hindus, and 20% to 25 to 30% voted for Mamata Banerjee. Why not they didn't vote for BJP? So this is a big question. BJP has to find out, and they need to make the correction next time.
in your analysis, has the large rallies helped to turn some votes, because now that BJP has gained substantially? What do you think that rallies helped, or what shifted this? What shifted that BJP jumped from 3 to 70 plus, or some close to 70?
No, rallies didn't help. Last time in few districts, there was no people to attend those rallies.
No, the crucial point was made earlier, Ramesh, and that is that Mamata has maintained her position in numbers in the assembly.
Correct.
All that we have find is that both Congress and the communists have been wiped out.
And that's moved to BJP.
That's moved to BJP. So therefore, the BJP vote has expanded only on the basis of a transfer of votes from CPM to and Congress to BJP, and not so much a transfer to or a transfer out of Mamta's kitty.
Okay.
And one
And
point,
perhaps
sir,
we,
and
sorry,
and
sorry.
and so one point, for this last 5 years, BJP was unable to project a CM face,
Yeah, that's a
and
very big point.
that was very crucial, sir, because BJP is fighting against Mamta Banerjee, a figure. Mamta Banerjee is a Indian figure, so you have to project a CM face. They are running around this Mithun Chakrabarti, and they are projecting Mithun Chakrabarti and all those film stars. So that will not work, because these Chakrabartis and all, they have come from CPM. They then changed the party from CPM to TMC and all. So people will not get impressed on these Chakrabartis and all. So this is a big point. They cannot project a CM candidate at least
Okay.
for 5 years.
Okay, I think we can wind up.
No, there is a question. I think Tony wanted to make a comment, and I have a question
sure,
for
sure.
Mohandas. Tony,
Sir,
what's your question?
this is. Sir, I want to make a comment about West Bengal. West Bengal, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
go
please
ahead.
go ahead. You're free.
Okay. Okay, sir. West Bengal BJP had veteran leaders like Tathagata Roy and Mukul Roy also, but they avoided them, and they went for this, and they imported leaders from Delhi, and they lost the game. And yes, I am agree with Indranil also. They went for Saurabh Ganguly, they went for Mithun Chakrabarti. I don't know, they were in a mood to shoot a movie, or they were contesting election. Had they been with Tathagata Roy, they would have chances would have different.
Or they were playing IPL.
No, Ganguly was not.
I have a question for Mohandas. Mohandas ji, normally there is always a swing between the UDF and LDF. And UDF performed very well in the Lok Sabha elections of 2019. How did this strange work happen that LDF again came to power? Normally it is 1 year, one term this party and one term the other party. What was this magic of LDF coming back to power?
It's not magic. That is what I explained initially. There was no challenging force for LDF this time. What happened during Lok Sabha election was that was a fallout of that Subramanian issue, and that issue has died down now. Practically, communists are not interested in sending women to Subramanian anymore. So that issue died, and the thing is pending in Supreme Court also. So it was not an issue. Regarding other problems, there was no opposition, no focused campaign by the opposition against Pinarayi Vijayan. So he stood up like a stalwart, and during the past 2-3 weeks, it was Corona was the subject, which also he created an impression through his PR work that he is managing somewhat reasonably. Unlike Delhi or Mumbai, Kerala, there are deaths, but the figures are fudged. But still, through PR, he has won that. The problem was you were not having a focused opposition, neither in Congress nor in BJP. That is what took place. It's not a magic, it is a ground reality.
Okay, thank you. So if Ramesh, you have anything, I will be winding up the program.
Go ahead, Jagdish, you can wind up.
Thank you, our members of our panel, that is Indranil, Banerjeee, Tony Das, T.G. Mohandas ji, and V.S. Chandralekha for their valuable inputs on the election result and analysis. I also have to thank Dr. Subramanian Swamy for his insight into the issue. And Ramesh, anything?
Yeah, I just said Prashant Kishore won both in Tamil Nadu. I mean, technically, he was the advisor for Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. I think he did well. I mean, if we look at the results from that, I just wanted to make that comment. I forgot about it.
He's retiring from that profession now.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah,
know.
he's retiring. Oh,
No, I understand, but he's retiring at a high.
Yes, sir. He got his spot now. He got his spot.
Yeah, he will enter politics, I'm telling you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because
so
he
I
knows the game.
thank my co-host Ramesh Swamy for his help today. I also have to thank the technical team led by Ashish Shetty, mm, Tejas Navalgul from Pune, Gadgi Rakesh from Karnataka, Ishwar Iyer from Navi Mumbai, Swaminathan from Tamil Nadu, and Vishal Mehta from Mumbai for their valuable inputs, and all you viewers across the globe for watching our program on our various social media channels. I also want to make a remark. I hope these results will have some effect on the various political parties that had stakes in this election, and there will be some lessons learned. And with this, we end today's program. We'll be seeing you next Saturday in our Economic Words of Wisdom, Arth Gyan Ganga, on Saturday at 8 p.m. Thank you, viewers. Thanks, everybody on the panel, and thanks, Dr. Swamy and Ramesh Swamy. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.